Good morning, folks. Today I'm gonna do something a little bit different because it's been bothering me. It's been on my mind. I've been interested for some reason or the other to fish in a totally different place. I'm going to the Coosa River, which years ago I used to fish on the Coosa, specifically for spotted bass. I became real interested in spotted bass, studying spotted bass, and back when I was fishing bass tournaments. I mean, we're talking about 20 years ago. But I wanted to go to the Coosa River to fish for crappie. And it's August the 25th. The water is extremely hot. And why I made this decision, I don't know. It's sort of like a personal challenge. Every once in a while, I'll go way off and target a specific species. And today, it's going to be crappie. I'm sort of limited because I don't even have a map of the Coosa River. That's not a good thing. You always need a lake map. I'm not prepared, but I may have to just focus on what I know by instinct. And I do that a lot. I do that a whole lot. Fishing is simple. You don't have to have the best of this and that and the other. Just a lot of time on the water, a lot of times will prevail. So come with me in Elmer. Let's see what we can do. I mean, there's a lot of boats out here. Must be a big tournament going on. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm sure they blasted off. Now, back in the 90s, early 90s, when I was fishing a lot of bass tournaments, right along this bank, right down through here where I'm pointing, there's a boat out there now. I won a tournament, caught 5 spots. It weighed about 16 pounds. I just went back and forth on that bank with a jig and pig. All right. Let me get in a little boat here that I bought this little boat. It's a little tracker boat. I bought it from Bass Pro Shop in Leeds, Alabama. That's there towards Birmingham. And fashioned me a little fishing boat. It's nothing but just a John boat, and I built a front in here, mounted a trolling motor, some Minn Kota Edge 45-pound thrust. It's real stout for this little boat. Put me a depth finder, rigged me some lights, put carpet in here. I tell you what, it's all you need for fishing like this. All right. I guess the first thing I'm going to do is move to these columns right over here. See if I can see some fish. See if I can see some shad. Okay. See if they're suspending in a certain thermocline. You know, it's just basic search out type things that I do. I go through a process of elimination. Well, I'll be dang. Golly, well, that's a good crappie. And I didn't have time to do nothing but catch him, folks. I'm using Twilight. That's the color made by Bobby Garland. There's a nice little fish right there. About 10 inches. Let's let that fish go. Twilight. Let's try that again. That one wasn't very deep. There we go. There we go. Right up against that one. He wasn't out in open water. I moved to a different column. I'm column jumping. That's a little black crappie. He ain't very big, but we're gonna put him put him back. We're not catching quality fish right now at all, but I'm trying to figure out the depth. Now that one was about 8 foot deep right here, right up against this wall right here. I'm gonna see if we can repeat that and catch one. I'm after some good ones. You know, they gotta eat too. There's something had it. I still got that. What have we got? Look here. One pretty little bluegill. Look at there. He's pretty. That fish was pretty deep. You don't never know what you'll catch right here against these walls. Even a small jig like this could catch a big spotted bass. That'd be fun on this light tackle. There he is. Right off the corner of that. Flip him in there, Elmer. Now we're starting to catch a little bit better quality fish there. That's pretty good. When there's something wrong with his tail there, that's a sign that something big has grabbed a hold of him at one time or the other. And look at there, what a tail. Healthy looking fish, though. Let's let him go. That one there I had to work for. Now I'm casting just like that, parallel with this bridge column. I mean, it's a big one. It's probably about 40 foot long. And I'm reeling it back to me real slow. Oh, there we go. That's a better fish. I horsed him in a little bit too quick. I don't like to do that. That's a pretty good fish. Coosa River fishing today. All right, Twilight, Bobby Garland. In this color water, I like Twilight, and I like a white or a pearl along that line, real visible in this clarity of water. You know, that's just a personal opinion of mine. Real visible. And visibility is really important as far as catching crappie. They're a sight feeder. Oversized eyes. Hey, there's fish. What do we got? That's pulling real good right here. Real good. Oh no, don't tell me we got the Coosa River spotted bass. Yeah, we do. Get him in there, Elmer. Them thing's fat. When I first hooked this fish, I thought it was a crappie. There he is. That's a pretty little old fish. Wrong species, but we're, like I've always said, we're fishing. That fish fought. Coosa River spots have a reputation of outfighting any other spots in any other waters around here locally. In fact, I'm going to tend to agree. I'm going to have to agree, excuse me. They have a lot more power than the spotted bass in Guntersville. And that's hard to believe. They're the same fish, but for some reason, and I believe it's because they live in a river system, they're just stronger. They have to deal with the current a whole lot. That's just an opinion. Let's catch another crappie. Okay, I tied me on another color. This is also a 4x4 jig made by 4x4. It's the prototype. We're still using the same jig, but I tied me a Bobby Garland bait on here. It's called Glacier. Okay, it's the white one. White color that I was talking about. It's pearl, and it has some blue, green looking fleck in it. I'm gonna try it because they quit biting that other color, Twilight. So I'm gonna change up colors right here. See if we can't catch a little better fish. There we go. Come on in here. You ain't very big. I hate to tell y'all, but I just lost a big crappie a while ago. I didn't show it, and it was a big one. I'd love to have caught that one, but I got that one right in the roof of the mouth. That's the place to get him. Let me get my forceps right here and get that hook out as gentle as I can. We don't want to hurt them. I can't get in there. Let me grab it like this. There we go. Healthy little fish, but I lost a darn good crappie. I'd have loved to have that on video for y'all, but you can't catch them all. You can catch a lot of them, but we can't catch them all. Let's go on back up here and see if there's another fish in that category, because it was a good one. I'm gonna say probably 12, 13 inches. That's pretty good for summertime. There we go. Now that feels like a pretty good fish right there. Yep. That's a lot better fish. A lot better. Come on in here. Now that is a healthy crappie. He's not as big as the one I was talking about. However, that's a good fish. Look how healthy that Coosa River fish is here in Gadsden, Alabama. Now I'm proud of that fish. Let's let him go. Let him get bigger. Now, that's a decent fish. Let me focus right in here a little bit longer. I was almost ready to move, folks. It would have been a bad decision. There's some quality fish about. Let's see if we can catch them. That don't feel like a very big one there, Elmer, but we got him. I plucked him right off the side of there. I mean, doing the rubbing technique. I've told that before. What I do, let me get this crappie off right here. My goodness, that's fun. Now, it's fun when you can make them bite when they don't really want to bite. Okay, there he is. Pretty good little crappie. Not a giant, not a slab, but the way I got him to bite is what's interesting, what's sporty to me. Let's get in here with it and I'll show you. Very inactive. Water temperature's hot. August the 25th. But what I do, I have to get it in there like it's supposed to be though, Richard. I'll throw real tight. And I will, see, the depth of the crappie is about 12 foot on the average right now. Okay, when it gets to that depth, okay, I will rub the side of that concrete and then let it fall. They can't stand that. Crappie cannot stand that when you do that. I mean, I can actually feel the concrete down there, and it's going down the side. When I pick it up and let it falls back down. That's a bluegill pecking it right now. I'm not even going to jerk, I can tell. I'm not even going to set the hook on that fish, but it spirals down and it creates a reflexive action bite, no doubt. That's not an opinion, that's a fact when it comes to crappie. That is a reflexive bite, if anything I've ever seen reflexive. just scrub the side of that concrete. You'll get a little algae sometimes on your jig. Just take it off, pull it off, and get back in there. Hey, right off the corner of that, but on the other side, feels like a pretty good fish. Feels like a good one. It is. Whoops, I'm sorry, folks. Tripped over my tackle box. Let's get him in. Now you talking about wanting a jig? Look here. That fish wanted that jig. Daggone, I liked it. Nah, I didn't nearly fall, but I'm telling you, I really tripped over that. I'm starting to stutter. Starting to stutter. That's how much I love this stuff. That's a good fish. Darn good fish right here. River fish. I made a good decision coming up here. I'm going to start doing that more too. I'm going to go all over the place every time I get an opportunity. Because I believe I've got these fish figured out, these crappie. How to catch them year round. I tell you what, it's just adrenaline rush for me. To be able to come out here and just find them where I don't know anything about. That fish right there thumped it. Now, I was semi-vertical jigging, half cast, half vertical jig. Look here. Golly, bum, get in here. Whew. What about this? Getting the depth correct with the correct bait. Okay, correct color. Oh Lord, correct line size, and you can catch them. My goodness, let me get my crappie slime off of there. Let's get another one. Let's see if there's another one right there. Golly, that made the difference right there. Come on in here. Oh, pretty good fish. They're all good fish to me because it's a different place. That's a good, fat, healthy crappie. What happened right there, I was fishing a little bit too high and I dropped it down about 2 foot more. And then I got bit. That's how precise you have to be. Oftentimes, I wanted to show that, but you have to be very precise. They don't want to move very far for a bait when the water's hot. There he is. Feels like another pretty good fish right here. It is. Let's see, I got him hooked real good, and here he goes. When I see him hooked in the upper part of the mouth, I go ahead and, now that one's got some shad in his stomach right there. I go ahead and flip them when I see that. Good fish. Good Neely Henry fish. I dropped it down there just right. That's a crappie. Golly, Mom, what a crappie. This is a good one right here. Good fish. Come here, boy. I'm gonna lip you. Look at there, what a crappie. Whew. That ain't a slab, Daddy, but that's a good fish right there. Good fish. That one I triggered in a strange way. Let's let that fish go right there. Golly bum, let's get in here and catch another one. There we go. That feels like a good fish too. Stay on, stay on, stay on. It is a good fish. That's what we're talking about right there. Come on in here, boy. God, there's another good one right there. I'm liking this. Now these fish seem to be a little more broader in girth than I've been catching this summer. River fish is kind of fat and chunky, healthy fish. Right here, let's let him go. That's a pretty crappie. Daggone, I'm excited. Now this is what's fun, going to new places, finding fish. Alright. This is just a good pattern, especially on the river. Fishing vertical structures, I mean, whether it's trees or bridges or, you know, it's a pretty reliable pattern. I got him that time. I dropped it back down there. Okay, get him, flip him in here. Pretty doggone good crappie. I'm on. I'm figuring these river fish out. Depth and everything, I'm getting it down pat to catch the better fish. Took a little time, but when we're doing it, it's a different situation I'm used to fishing. River fish are different. Ah, love it. Dadgone, let's catch another one. Boy, that knocked slack in that line I'm talking about. Get him in here. I'm on. I understand them now. Oh, come on. Well, I got him unhooked. And he come, and yeah, there he is. That's a pretty good doggone fish right there. You got to admit in the summer. Let's let him go. Okay, and let's talk about these jigs right here. Okay, let's talk about the two colors I used today here on Neely Henry, Coosa River. Twilight by Bobby Garland worked real well today because of the stained water. In my opinion, I love it in stained water. Here is Glacier. Okay, the name of it's Baby Shad Glacier. And it has a blue metal fleck. And it's a pearl, what I call a pearl color. Both of these baits, even though they're daylight and dark as far as the way they look, they show up real visible in this color of water, in my opinion. Now there's a lot of different colors you can use in this color of water. Excuse me. But those two work real well today. Now, here's the jigs I'm working with. It's 4x4 bass jigs. Okay. And Tommy has made me up a tackle box of prototypes that we're now working with. Today, I used a 1/32 ounce. The reason I selected this is because the fish were suspended. Right off the bat, I seen that. And by using 4-pound test line, I was able to keep that bait in the strike zone because water's hot longer. That was the reason why I selected this particular jig. And let's look at the jig itself. To start with, it's balanced by tying a loop knot in the eyelet. Balances it right off the bat. Boom. It has a spring coil that comes out of the jig head. Okay, when you push that bait on there, it locks it. It's a locking system. Next thing, it has a size number 4 hook in it, and it's real small in diameter. You get a good hook set. You lose very few fish because of it. And another unique quality about these jigs right here is that when you bend them, like if you're skipping or shooting docks, when you bend them, they'll bend easy. You can just bend them back and keep fishing. And that's what most fishermen wants to do. I mean, we don't like to lose a lot of jig heads. I don't. I certainly don't. I have. But this will eliminate that problem. Okay. And he's got different color of heads that we're going to work with. And the thing about it, these jigs are going to have an eye on the jig head itself. Most crappie fishermen prefer an eye on the head. And what else we got? We have 1/16 ounce when the fish are deeper, like in winter situations, or on clear lakes where the water clarity is much clearer than here on Neely Henry. Sometimes the fish will be 20, 25 feet deep. Okay, you need that heavier jig head. And also what we're going to be working with is this one. Fishing treetops, brush tops, things of that nature, and even skipping under docks. This would be a good one. It has a weed guard, plus it has a coil spring to hold that jig on. Hey, I think these is going to be real good ones. I know they're going to be real good ones. And let's do this. I want to say thank you for the 8,000 subs. This channel is going real good. It's surprising me. It's making me fish harder, no doubt. Y'all are making me, motivating me to do that, and it is motivation. It really is. And all the good comments, it's just one after another. It's made my life, as far as fishing is concerned, I'm getting a lot more serious about it, because I love it, and I always have loved it. And you know what? You know what I'm talking about. Go fishing when you can, because it's good for you.